Hey, congrats on everything involving I Wish You Cheated. YouTube right now today was at 48 million streams. Your performance on Fallon was amazing.
Thank you.
On top of that, I mean, you sat down with our friend George Stroumboulopoulos on Up Next, and you just got your gold record for Blames on Me. Like, dude, has this
Woo!
sunk in yet? And you're on a tour.
I'm on tour. It's all really fun and amazing. I feel so insanely grateful. I have this saying, but I mean it's not my saying, but it's called what is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. I think last year I realized that I was basically like ripping away all my joy because I was always like, I want this and I want this and I don't have that. And that person has that. Why don't I have that?
Yeah.
And I got to a point where uh I actually got a tattooed on myself. It's this perspective right here
Oh, nice.
because I was like, I need to take a step back and appreciate the things that have happened instead of just like keeping my head down and be like, what's next? Like I got to do this, got to do this. It's like such a validating, amazing thing to be able to just be like, you know what? Good job. That's cool. It's a cool thing you did. So I've been trying really hard over the last few months to basically be like, all right, like I'm on tour now. Like I just gotta enjoy this. Like this is just fun. Enjoy it, Alexander. That's what I've been trying to tell myself.
Tell me about the whole album project leading up to now. How long did it take for everything to come together? Like, this is big.
The whole project started three years ago. It was a song called Said So. It's the first song on the album. And I was like, okay, like this is what I want the first song on my album to be whenever my album comes out. I didn't think it would be 3 years later, but here we are. Since that moment, I've just been kind of working towards finishing this album, and I put out like EPs and so
Yeah.
many singles in between, because I kept pushing it back, being like, no, it's not the right timing yet, not the right time. Like I want to be like this successful before I put out my first blah blah blah. And then I was like, screw this. Like, why am I waiting? Like I want to be an artist that gets to put out an album and then tour that album and then put it on an album and then tour that album. Like that is like the coolest thing to me. And I've watched all my heroes do that. It's like that's what I want to do. And we're in this age of singles, but I think it's like give the people music. I want to put out music. So that's kind of it. I literally just spent the last 3 years writing and writing and writing and picked 12 songs out of the hundreds. So I'm so very proud of this little itty bitty project that's my baby.
What do you want your fans to take away from this little big project you have with this album?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that art is inherently subjective. So like whatever I wrote about in my own personal life, it is inevitably going to mean something completely different to whoever is listening wherever, which is beautiful and amazing. But I would love if whatever, those feelings do come up for them, um, I would like them to leave the album feeling, maybe a little less alone, maybe a little more heard. I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of my music is quite sad, and a lot of it is also based around mental health. And it's something I find really, really important to talk about. And so I've started putting it in a lot of my music in the hopes to help people. It's the same with my shows. I say every time I play a show, my only goal is that when everybody leaves after the show is done, they go home feeling a little bit better than when they got there. I'm just trying to like have a sense of community and help people feel a little less alone. So I think that's really the main goal. The main goal.
Dude, that's beautiful. It really is. That's absolutely awesome. Alexander Stewart, congratulations on everything. Congrats on the tour. Congrats on the new album. Congrats on everything. And we'll talk to you down the line, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for having me.